The Selfish Path to Romance. Download Chapter 1 for free at drkenner.com.
Jennifer, you're having some problems with your 3-year-old?
Yes, I am, doctor.
Yeah, give me an example of what's going on and what you've tried.
Yes. Okay, my daughter has very, very, very bad tantrums. Like if I don't give her something that she wants, she'll throw things at me. She'll tell me she hates me. She doesn't even call me mommy. She calls me Jen. I've tried spanking. I've tried timeouts. I've tried taking things away from her, but everything is a struggle with her. Whether it's getting her dressed, in the bath, taking her even to the park, she kicks and screams, and I just don't know what to do.
Okay, when has she been on her best behavior?
When she's doing something she enjoys, which is watching TV, or when she's coloring.
Siblings?
She does, but none that live with us.
What do you think, what's your situation? You're a single parent?
No, I am married. My husband has 3 other children whom live with their mother.
And so what do you think accounts for these bad tantrums at such a young age? Besides, they say the terrible twos and the rest.
Right. I don't know. People were telling me maybe it's, not giving her enough attention, but if I give her I give her a lot of attention. I think pretty much maybe she's spoiled. Instead of, if I give her a piece of candy, just say, and like she wants another one, I won't give it to her, but then she'll start screaming and yelling and...
Okay, can you ask me for a piece of candy right now?
What?
Can you be her? Can you be Jen?
Sure.
And ask, her name's Jen?
No, her name is
your
Emily.
Name's Emily. Can you be Emily and ask me for a piece of candy right now? That's right, you're Jen.
Yes. Mommy, can I have a piece of candy?
You know something? I can hear how much you want it. What type of candy would you want, honey?
I would like a piece of gum.
You would like a piece of gum. What color gum?
It's red, Mommy.
It's red. You know what, honey? Let's take that piece of gum, and the next time it's candy time, maybe, I don't know what time you would set, but after dinner tonight, let's wrap that gum up in a piece of Kleenex, a tissue, pretty colored paper for you, and that will be your piece for after dinner.
No, Mommy, I want it now.
I can hear how much you want it now, honey. You have such a wonderful, strong mind. I can hear that. And it is hard to wait. It's hard for me to wait at times, too, hon. Let's see, what were you doing? You're reading a book right now?
No, Mommy, I'm watching TV. Mommy, I want the gum now.
You are such a determined kid, honey. I love that in you, that you are very determined. And you're learning something. You're learning how to want something really badly and to be able to postpone it a little bit. And that's a wonderful skill for you to have, honey.
Jen, I want the gum now.
When I hear myself being called Jen, I don't like it at all. I expect that to stop. I'm Mommy, honey. If I hear Jen again, I'm going to get very upset. I prefer to be called Mommy.
Mommy, I hate you. Shut up.
You know, I can hear that you're very angry right now. I don't like to be told to shut up. Right now, I'm going in the other room and I'm going to be doing XYZ. I don't know what you're doing. I'm going to be cooking. I'm closing the door because I want my peace and quiet right now.
Slam the door, crying.
And then she's crying.
Yeah.
Okay, I might let her just cry.
Okay.
Because what is she learning right now?
That no means no. If
that
I tell
no
her
means
something...
no. Totally. That no means no. So here's what happens. You've developed some bad habits with her, and they're not going to change overnight. Much as we as parents wish we could turn back the clock and not make some mistakes. Some of the... If you ask your husband for something, what would be something very quick that you would ask your husband for, to get you something?
A cup of soda.
And if he says, no, I'm not going to get it for you, and he spanks you?
No.
How would you feel at that moment?
Exactly.
How do you feel at that moment?
Oh, I would be embarrassed and hurt.
And that's, if you establish some of those feelings with your daughter, if she learned that you use an uncivilized way to try to force her mind not to have the candy, or in your case the soda, then nobody likes to be spanked. Spanking always backfires. I mean, even if kids do what you tell them to do with a spanking, what they think is, he's mean or she's mean.
Right.
I'll get her back or I'll get dad back.
Right.
So spanking doesn't work. Timeouts. When you tell a kid, take some time out and think about what you've done. I mean, how many kids sit there and
Really?
think about,
Yeah,
I
that
feel
doesn't
so
happen.
regretful, Mother.
Yeah.
Mother, I really am upset about what I did. I called you Jen, and I should have called you Mother. Taking things away teaches kids not to tell you what their favorite things are.
Right.
So you don't connect well with them. So those methods that you use are the ones that so many parents have used with their kids. I use them with my kids until I learned better skills.
Right.
Now you're in a transition period. What I'm going to recommend to you is...
Hey, I got to interrupt this because we've got to pay some bills. 30 seconds, that's it. A very quick ad, and then Ellen will be back.
Do you ever feel overlooked in your romantic relationships? Well, when it comes to love, sometimes it's good to be selfish. Find out why in the provocative book, The Selfish Path to Romance. Being selfish means valuing yourself, so your partner will value you. Discover the secrets to keeping yourself front and center in your relationship and building a romance that will last. Find The Selfish Path to Romance by Drs. Ellen Kenner and Edwin Locke on Amazon or at selfishromance.com. That's The Selfish Path to Romance on Amazon or selfishromance.com.
Now you're in a transition period. What I'm going to recommend to you is you're going to learn some skills. I'll tell you some of the skills, and then I'll do even better. I'll tell you the source of these skills,
Okay.
which my listeners could tell you right off the bat
Thank
because
you.
I mention them all the time. But you need to do some of the skills that I use. One was that when you were telling me you wanted the piece of gum, even if she's not going to go along with this initially, this is a wonderful skill.
Okay.
Instead of saying no, what did I say to you?
You said, you know what, Emily? We'll take the piece of gum, put it in a tissue, and we'll save it for after dinner.
And did you feel like I was shooting you down with a no? Or
No, I didn't.
That felt a little different, didn't it?
Did.
So I'm valuing the fact that you want a reasonable value, but at the wrong time.
Right.
So instead of saying no, if it's possible to say later, I do that. So, Mom, I want to stay up late tonight. You know, honey, I know you would love to stay up late tonight. This weekend, let's have a late night. You can stay up till 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I know she's only 3 years old.
Right.
So there are ways, that's one series of skills that you'll use on how not to say no. When
Right.
people are confronted with a no, even with your husband, will you get me a drink? No.
Yeah.
If he says, I can get it later for you, it sounds nicer.
It does, yes.
And you want to be able to express disapproval without attacking your
Okay.
her character, Emily's character. So when I said, I don't like to be called Jen,
Right.
notice I didn't say you're mean. I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap, which one of my babysitters when I was a kid did to me.
Oh.
So you, instead of saying, they didn't last very long, obviously, but you don't want to attack their character by saying you're spoiled, you're rotten. Don't use labels like spoiled or rotten.
Okay.
You want to just say, I expect to be called Mom.
Okay.
I don't like it when I'm called Jen. I will not answer to Jen anymore.
Okay.
So, and you can initially say it with a softer voice, but if she insists, it's okay to use strong emotion as long as it's not attacking, as long as it's not. I expect to be called. If you have sarcasm in your voice or an attacking tone
Right.
or attacking body language, it doesn't work either.
She's going to probably feed off of that and make,
Right,
she's
you can-
going to want to attack me.
Right.
Right.
You can give her a choice. You can say, you can have that piece of gum tonight after dinner or right before you go to bed, honey. Which would you prefer? So
Okay.
basically, you've just said no to her for now.
Right.
But giving a person a choice gives them the feeling, especially a 3-year-old,
Right.
that they're doing. So the book that they're not being spanked, they're not
Right.
being attacked. You do not want to attack your child's mind. You want to work with it and set limits. The books are how to talk so kids will listen and listen so kids will talk.
Okay.
That's at my website, drkenner.com.
Okay.
And that should significantly reduce the tantrums, knowing that there will be a transition period where she won't maybe immediately respond to some of these skills, but stick with them. They're wonderful.
Right, I'll try anything,
Okay,
Doctor.
thank you so much, Jennifer.
For more Dr. Kenner podcast, go to drkenner.com and please listen to this ad.
Here's an excerpt from The Selfish Path to Romance, the Serious Romance Guidebook by Drs. Kenner and Locke.
We often communicate in ways that sabotage our relationships. Most of us have some psychological baggage that we bring into our relationships, and it affects how we communicate in word and deed. Screaming and swearing, the silent treatment, interrupting, talking in a cold manner, giving looks of contempt, smirking. These are a sample of destructive communication techniques. Here are additional examples of ineffective communication techniques. Sarcasm. So you think you have all the answers. Name calling. You're such a slob. Negative comparisons. Your brother would never have a messy car. Giving authoritarian orders. Clean up this mess right now.
You can download Chapter 1 for free by going to drkenner.com, and you can buy the book at amazon.com.